Ways of doing this one. The easiest way is to recognize that if you look at the two terms that you've got here, x minus 5, the bracket, is actually a common factor. So it's a bit like having to factorize something like 4x squared plus 3x. And in order to factorize this, you would take out the x and then multiply by 4x plus 3. Now in this case, we can see that the common factor is x minus 5, so I'm going to put that in front, but that will also need to be in a bracket. And then I'm going to multiply that by, for the first term, what do I need to multiply x minus 5 by to get 4 lots of x minus 5 squared? Well, I'm going to have to multiply by 4 lots of x minus 5. Okay, because if I do x minus 5 multiplied by 4 and x minus 5, I'll get 4 and then x minus 5 squared. And to get the second term, I'm just going to have to multiply by 3. Okay, now I can simplify what's in the bracket there, that second bracket, by removing this bracket. So I've got 4x minus 4 times 5, well that's 20, plus 3, and I can simplify that a little bit further to 4x minus 17. Now the alternative method, if you didn't recognize that, would be to remove all of the brackets, because in order to be factorized, the final expression has got to be something multiplied by something. This plus sign means it isn't fully factorized. Okay, in which case I'd have to remove the brackets. So if I do 4 times x minus 5 times another x minus 5 plus 3x minus 15, so I've removed that second bracket there. To remove the first two brackets here, I'm going to have to multiply the brackets together to do x times x, which is x squared, x times minus 5, well that's minus 5x, another minus 5x, and then minus 5 times minus 5 is plus 25, and then that's plus 3x minus 15. I then have to remove the brackets here. Well, I've got 4x squared. The minus 5x and the minus 5x is minus 10x, and if I multiply that by 4, I'm going to get minus 40x. 4 times 25 is 100, and then it's plus 3x minus 15. Now if I simplify that, I've got 4x squared minus 40x plus 3x, well that's minus 37x, and then plus 100 take away 15, which is 85. So I've still got a lot of work to do because I've still now got to factorize this, so it is quite a lot harder. Okay, I can use the crisscross method here. To make 4, I could do 2 times 2 to make 85. Well, I can see that 5 goes into 85 17 times. And I want to make minus 37x, so these are both going to have to be negative. 2 times minus 17, well that's minus 34. 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. Now that makes minus 44, which is not correct, so I'm going to have to try something else. 17 and 5 are the only two factors of 85, so the other alternative is going to have to be 4 and 1, and then 5 and 17. I think that's the wrong way around actually, 5 and 17. If I do 4 times 17, well that's 68, and 68 and 5, well I'm not going to make 37, so let's try it the other way around. 4, 1, and then if I put the 17 there and the 5 there, if I do 4 times 5 I get 20, 1 times 17 is 17, that looks better. If I make those both negative, so I've got minus 20 and minus 17, that makes minus 37. That's what I'm looking for. So my brackets then are going to be 4x minus 17 for one of the brackets, and the other bracket is x minus 5. Now that's the same as I got by the previous method, but this is a lot slower.